All right, let's go ahead and get started. Thank you, ladies, for being here with me this evening. I will get started immediately just to respect everybody's time. Tonight's topic is women's health, and there's so much to women's health. So we will call this part one because there's so much as we continue to live our holistic journey and as we incorporate new things into it. It's like a lifelong journey. All right, you guys know, you guys should all know me by now. My name is Alicia. I'm also known as the Essential Nurse. And let's get started. Okay, so tonight's webinar is going to be on learning how to reduce the toxic load and support our wellness journey. We aim to raise awareness at the Essential Nurse. We aim to raise the awareness about the various factors that contribute to our toxic load, which influence our overall health and well-being, and how we can enhance our wellness through healthier lifestyle choices, which tonight particularly, it will be on incorporating essential oils into our women's health. All right, so let's start identifying some common sources of toxic load that we're exposed to on a daily basis, and we may not actually be aware of them. I know when I first started my journey about 12 years ago, transitioning from the traditional stuff to the holistic side, a lot of things were really new to me that I wasn't aware of. We're also going to understand the impact of these toxins and chemicals on our health. And tonight we're talking about women's health, and also how we're going to learn about the benefits of essential oils and how to reduce our toxic exposure and support our detoxification process through these oils. All right, so the average woman is walking around wearing an estimated 63 disease-causing chemicals on our skin. Did you guys know, have you guys heard this before? Type a 111 in the chat if you have heard this before. I know if you asked me 12 years ago, I would have been like, what? No way. Like, that's crazy stuff. All right, so let's identify some of these common sources. As women, we're exposed to so much because of the aesthetics part of our lives. You know, we like to look pretty, we like to have our hair done, we like to have our nails done, we like to dress cute, and we like to wear perfumes, makeups, body
You
lotions.
put the volume down, please.
Can you guys please mute yourselves? Okay. All right. I was saying, as part of our aesthetics, we have so many things that we intentionally expose ourselves to, but we're not aware of how these things actually affect our health and well-being. So this is, of course, a lifelong journey. We are working to improve every day something new because we can't obviously change our lifestyle overnight and make every single change overnight or in just one day. So with the holistic approach, we're always looking at our mind, our body, our spirit, and we're working to improve one thing at a time. Some of the areas, of course, that we are exposed to on a daily basis are, of course, our environment, our food, the clothes that we wear. That was a huge one for me. I don't know if type of 1, 2, 3 in the chat if clothes is one of the things that you guys have been looking at and you're like, oh my gosh, something else. Clothing was one of the big things for me because I tend to do hot yoga. So I'm like, okay, I'm wearing, polyester type clothing in a heated room. This cannot be good for me. The cookware that we use, the skincare products that we apply to our skin, and our personal care products. We have an esthetician here on the call with us, so I'm actually going to ask her some questions at the very, very end. All right, so a fun fact. Did you know that the body absorbs at a fast rate what we apply to our skin? A lot of times we think that it's only the things that we consume, but it's actually the same thing for what we apply to our skin. So when we're looking at a healthier lifestyle, it's important to also look at the cleaner options for personal care products and not only the foods that we intake. So things like your your makeup, your deodorants, your body lotions, your facial lotions, your toothpaste, mouthwash, perfumes, your shampoos, your soap, body washes, feminine products. All of these are just some of the things that contribute to the toxic load. Now, can one person here on this call guess what the fastest spot on our body is? The fastest spot on our body that absorbs chemicals.
Skin.
I know I mentioned our skin, but there's one other one that is so important. And to give you a hint, if you look at the list of items that I listed here, it's at the very bottom.
Oh, feminine products.
Feminine products, yes. So we as women, that is the if you want to absorb something into your body by wearing feminine products, that is the fastest way to absorb chemicals into our system. And I know as women, we have a cycle that we experience every month. So it's so important to be mindful of that as well. Okay, so did you know that this is really quite interesting? When I first read this, I was like, oh my gosh, no wonder it was so difficult for me to lose weight before. So did you know that as much as 5 pounds of cosmetic chemicals every year can be accumulated in the body? That is like huge, and it's eye-opening because when you start to think like, okay, why am I doing so much and I'm not able to lose the weight? And a lot of it could be because of the chemical load that our bodies are holding on to just by living the everyday lifestyle that we live, not being aware of what's actually contributing to that weight. So our skin is porous. We have pores everywhere. So anything that is applied to our skin absorbs directly into our bloodstream. And shockingly, this is actually worse than swallowing toxins, like through our food sources. Because through the digestion process, at least we give the liver a chance to break down and digest and filter these chemicals before they actually end up in our bloodstream, where when we're applying them to our skin, they are actually going directly into the bloodstream. So what is the impact that this has on our bodies? So the biggest thing is that these chemicals disrupt our hormone function, among many other things, and they create imbalances. These um, these chemicals disrupt the hormone function and create imbalances, just as I mentioned. Toxins can also cause cell damage, inflammation, and contribute to other health problems in the body. Some of them listed are what I have here are like the hormonal imbalances. Toxins can interfere with our hormones, neurological affections, which means like the toxins, they specifically affect our neurological cells, leading to neurological disorders. And sometimes when we think neurological disorders, we just think of this major diagnosis we might be given, but it can actually be as simple as anxious feelings. That's just the nervous system's way of responding to what is put in its environment. Fatigue. The toxins can also create fatigue. Weight gain. I mentioned that in the previous slide. The toxins can also contribute to the weight gain that we are not able to shed off. Illness, disease. I like to say it's like a disease to the body. Separate those into two words. We see a lot of autoimmune. We see cancers, metabolic disorders, mental health issues, inflammatory responses, something like pain. And something that I'm really seeing a lot in my office when I see clients on a daily basis is that I see people that are diagnosed with what's called a non-alcoholic fatty liver disorder. And what that means is that the liver is no longer functioning well, but they're not able to really give you a reason why. And that goes back to, okay, they're not able to give you a reason why. They just tell you your liver may be malfunctioning. But if we actually stop to think about, okay, I don't drink alcohol. It's non-alcoholic fatty liver disorder, which means your liver may be malfunctioning, but why? And if you look at all the functions of the liver, filtering the toxic waste is one of the functions that it does in order to protect you. Now, I have images here of women, and I purposely, intentionally add one image of a man in the on the bottom, because this not only applies to women, even though it is a women's webinar tonight, but this really applies to men as well. Okay, so thankfully we have cleaner options and healthy solutions. What I like to say is that these options, which are the essential oils, they come with side benefits and not side effects. And a personal story. I was a person that I used to struggle with a lot of body discomforts. I used to struggle with a lot of just body discomforts everywhere, back pain, knee pain. And I used to also struggle with a lot of discomforts during my menstrual cycle every month. Now, I attributed that to like I was just getting older, or I used to be a runner, so I used to think, well, my body's just giving out. I just can't run anymore. But I used to mask the symptoms with over-the-counter pain medicine like Tylenol and Motrin and Advil and those kind of things, but not acknowledging the root cause. And since we're speaking about women's topics here, the cycle that we go through on a monthly basis, a lot of us experience a lot of pain and discomfort. And the root cause of that can really be the toxic load that your body is naturally trying to detox and cleanse by itself. So that's just a personal story that I just wanted to share with you. And okay, so now did you know that essential oils such as lavender, clary sage, bergamot, neroli, frankincense, and so many other ones can help with a variety of health, women's health concerns, including our mood, our sleep, our sexual dysfunction, inflammation, skin, weight management, hormonal imbalances, and so much more. Now, I do, for time purposes, this webinar, I don't go into a lot of details on how to use the essential oils, how to know the difference between something that's a supplement and not. But if you go back and listen and watch the Introduction to Essential Oils Basics 101, you will get a lot of that information there. All right, so what if one bottle of oil could change your life? Now that we know what contributes to our women's issues and what are some of the issues that we come across that we think, oh, it's just due to age, or it's just, we put up these reasons that we don't necessarily know why, but we're not addressing the root cause. So what if I told you that there was an oil, or maybe a couple of oils that could possibly change your life? Or what if I told you that there are products made with quality therapeutic essential oils that you could have access to and have a cleaner lifestyle, have access to a cleaner lifestyle and everyday products that could transform your lifestyle from a chemical filled or however people like to say chemicals, some people like to say toxins, but from a toxic environment to a non-toxic environment. Would you be open to that? I know when I was first introduced to essential oils myself, I was very hesitant. I was very like, no, I thought they were perfumes and I did not believe in them. But because I got to a desperate point where we were searching solutions for my son's health, which you guys can go back and also listen to that webinar. There is one webinar on that. It is posted on YouTube about our story with my son's health. But I got to a place where I was so desperate that I was just like, okay, I don't know, maybe this will do something. And it literally changed my life. That now 13 years later, when people come to our house, it's like, man, this looks like an oil factory because we use oils for everything. Okay, so what if I told you that your deodorants, your body lotions, your facial lotions, toothpaste, mouthwash, perfumes, all the stuff that we expose ourselves to on a daily basis could actually be interchanged for products that are made with therapeutic grade essential oils. And we offer that through of course, the doTERRA lifestyle. And not just the products themselves, but there's so many different areas. Like there's an area of detoxification. There's an area for women's health, supplementation for hormonal balances specifically. And I really want to keep these webinars short for time purposes. So each one will be more focused on a specific uh, area of women's health. So we will have another one where we speak specifically of like hormonal things. And then we'll speak on like maybe another one that's like how to make your own perfumes. Or, we have all of these, we have some of those already out on YouTube. But just for time purposes here, we're speaking general. So if you could have the option and you can have access to learning how to transition your lifestyle from the toxic to the healthy side, would you be open to that? So your journey really begins now. And if you're listening to this webinar, I know that it's been really, really, really short. And but if you are listening to this and you're saying, you know what, I'm just ready to redirect my lifestyle. I heard some of those things that she mentioned, maybe the fatigue, maybe the hormonal imbalances.
You
Maybe
did?
you've been diagnosed. Can you all please mute yourselves? Thank you. Maybe you heard, maybe you can relate to the non-alcoholic fatty liver disorder, and you're just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start. I just don't know what to do. Your journey, like I said, could really begin now. If you're ready to redirect your lifestyle to something that will address your lifestyle through a holistic approach. Like I mentioned earlier, the essential oils not only give you the benefit, the therapeutic benefit that you're looking for, say for like body discomforts, but they really do apply to the holistic approach. So the oils will always be doing for you. They'll be working for you on a holistic level on your mind, your body, and your spirit. So if you are ready to redirect your lifestyle, feel free to send a text message right now at 678-622-4409. And you will be receiving 25% off of all the essential oil products a day. So make sure that you send that message tonight. And of course, once you send that, we get that message from you. We get you connected with the products that you're seeking for the benefits that you're looking for. You also get ongoing support. You get added to a Facebook group, which you get ongoing connections there with other like-minded individuals who have incorporated essential oils into their lives. And you also get ongoing oil education. Let's see. And of course, you also get one-on-one coaching from me. Okay, so this actually concludes our webinar tonight. Stay tuned for our additional educational webinars on lifestyle tips. This one tonight was an introduction to
¿Quién se quiere bañar?
Jennifer, can you mute yourself, please? And how to stay connected. You can visit our website at theessentialnurse.com. There is a link there for events. Upcoming events will be listed on there, so make sure you stay tuned for that. We also post on social media. We post on Instagram at Alicia the Essential Nurse, and also on Facebook, Alicia the Essential Nurse. And you are also welcome to subscribe to our newsletters and get our newsletters where you also get continued education there. So this is it for tonight. I'm going to stop my share here, and I'm actually going to ask Renata. Wow, we have a full house. I love this. All right, okay, Renata.
Yes.
I see you. Hey. Okay, so I'm going to ask Miss Renata, because I know her experience with essential oils. So I'm going to ask her a question. that applies to her usage with the oils. So Renata, I know that you in the past, you're a holistic life coach. You do holistic aesthetics. You do all kinds of different things. But I know you had experience with essential oils before we met, and we've known each other for about 3 years or so. But I know that you had experience with essential oils. And when we met, of course, I'm like an oil freak. That I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm a holistic freak. Just leave it at that. And if it's holistic, I love
It's
it.
okay. It's okay.
And then of course, I gave you some oils, and then throughout your journey, um, you kind of went a different route, and then you came back to this. So just share your experience for others to kind of hear the difference between like why this right here is so important, so valuable, if you don't
Okay.
mind.
Okay. So, yes, when I started out, it wasn't doTERRA at all. It was, the regular brand names that you can find in Sprouts, you could find them in Whole Foods. Um, and they're okay, and I thought they were okay. And then, of course, we met and I learned about doTERRA, and I wasn't right away gung ho about this particular brand, until I really got into it and I started using them on people, on my clients. Um, they're just, there is a world of difference between any other oil. And I believe me, I tried a number of brands over the years. I've been an esthetician since 97. So there were a lot of brands that came into the equation or came into my place, but nothing can top the potency and the quality and how they're being sourced, how they perform, what you actually are doing something when you use these oils on somebody. So that's the major difference. And um, and I said this in one of your other webinars before. There was a time where the clients were sparse and money was tight. And so I went back to another brand. Also, people were saying, no, it's great, la, 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 la. No, it wasn't. And it just can never be. And so, therefore, I'm cured. I'm done. doTERRA all the way. So, yeah, I don't know if that answered your question, but
Yes. Thank you
yeah.
so much for sharing. And one last thing that I just want to say to that is when, the essential oils work at a cellular level, they work with the detoxification at a cellular level to support your well-being.
Yes.
So when we are looking at and like I said, essential oils 101 is a whole different topic, but it's really important to know that when you're looking at the detoxification of your cells to improve your health and well-being is that you do not want to incorporate more synthetics. And a lot of the essential oils out there on the market, they have synthetics in them. So if your goal is to improve your health and well-being, and that is your focus, then you don't want to add any more synthetics.
No. And
That's where the quality
your
matters.
first clue should be, if you read the label on an essential oil bottle and it says, do not ingest, not for consumption. And they have various phrases that they use.
Yes.
That's an indication that, yeah, you know,
And I
not
do
so
bring
good.
that up in my in the Introduction to Essential Oil Basics 101. I do go over how to read the label, how to know what is therapeutic grade, what is actually safe for consumption, which I never encourage anybody to start their oil journey
Yeah.
consuming oils. I don't recommend that because therapeutic oils are strong and they should be used with caution.
Mhm.
So yes, thank you so much for sharing, Renata. Okay, well, thank you everyone for being here tonight with me, and I appreciate your support, your time, and I will respect your time. It is 7:56 and we will end our webinar tonight. Don't forget to send you if you are ready to get started on this journey and you are not on there, if you're not on it yet and you're ready to get started, text to the number 678-622-4409 and we will help you get started and get you the support that you need. Have a great night, ladies. And gentlemen, we do have some gentlemen here.